see how it goes. See if they sewed it up there, if they use the good tires or they use the bad tires.
What happened?
I just somebody bumped into me and caught it at that angle. Just kind of ripped off the rotator cuff, torn the labrum and the bicep. No big deal.
How long in the swing?
They say it's 6 weeks.
Okay.
But we're negotiating that. Another hour.
You ever have an injury like that as a player?
No. Unique. Well, it's a great opportunity to learn how to use my left hand. If you guys have never been there, you should try it. It's interesting.
Who tried telling you that you needed to be up in the box for a game?
I think somebody was trying to ask me that. It's hard for me to be up in the box. I like to be down with my players, look in their eyes and see what they're thinking, and understand are they okay, understand what we're doing and stuff like that. So, but I just, I'm sure on the sidelines, we got such a short sideline on our side. Just got to be careful. We've been doing it for a long time, but first time I really have to have surgery like that. So,
what was the pain scale from like 1 to 10?
Shoulder, I didn't think so. So I thought maybe I'd take a couple of days, see if I could loosen it up a little bit. And then after I got the surgery, it was a little bit worse than I thought. At least that's what the doctor says.
It would have been easy for you to like take a day or two off. What made you want to get back right?
Well, those decisions, you gotta sit there and say the time frame. I'm going to wait till January. There's not too many summers left for us older guys. So I want to make sure I enjoy the summers. I was going to be busy and tied up here. Probably the best thing to do.
Does the injury pose any challenge for you as a coach? Does it limit you doing anything?
Well, you guys been mental? But nah, not really. I don't think so. I don't think it has. I think we're having a really good camp. I think our guys are playing well. Just like anything else, you just got to move.
Maybe use it as a motivational tactic to your players. Sometimes you gotta play hard, show them to when you don't want to, and get the job done.
As you get older, you can't do that as much. But just sometimes it's there's injuries and then there's pain. So what's the difference? You have pain, or is it truly an injury? You got to take care of it. So I think everybody kind of knows the difference. Sometimes when we go out there practicing preseason, like we are. We get banged up a little bit, hitting each other and stuff like that. So there's soreness, but we're pretty healthy.
Xavier and Cohen, where are they at physically?
Cohen's been practicing the last couple of days. He's doing a good job. I think he's back. We're just learning some of his reps and once we don't overload him. Xavier, it looks like he's back at it. He should be. I thought he was going to practice later today a little bit, but I think he should be back in this couple of days.
Is he doing like Devo work or anything, or is he just
Xavier?
Yeah.
No, we don't. We'll have time to come back. And, we only got a couple more days here before we start prepping for this league.
Do you expect Cohen and Xavier to be ready for game 1?
I expect them. Right now, I think everybody in our back end should be there.
Any other health issues with the defense?
No. We tried to manage them doing the preseason here, where we need some younger guys to step up, and we'd like to see some of them. 13 guys, what we call the Devo guys, and making sure they're getting developed. So it was a good opportunity for them to understand the defense. Some of these guys are really experienced and have the experience that Jay and Nick have at the linebacker position, and Fisher. I mean, these guys are just like a coach out there on the field. So, and they're coaching the younger guys. Until you get out there and do it yourself, I mean, I think that's what the younger guys are.
Any of those younger guys maybe popping right now? Maybe some of the freshmen standing out to you?
Yeah, it's hard to get to the freshmen. I think there's a good young group of freshmen guys, 3 backers that they have. I think they have a lot of potential. Will they help us in special teams? Can we use them in special teams and save a red shirt here? I'm sure we're going to talk about that. But I think they're big athletic linebackers up the inside. The back end is young freshmen. I don't know how many guys can help us right now. That's where we're at with our guys, and up front, we're going to, we probably got about 6-7 guys that I think we're comfortable with. They get 1 or at least we'll have a good solid team up there too. So I think we're okay, but knock on wood, you just never know what happens. You might fall off the bike or get hit by something, get surgery, but hopefully not.
What have you seen kind of from that cornerback spot opposite of Jamari, from TJ Hall, from John Nestor, or anybody else who's kind of mixed there?
Well, I think it's really interesting, Jamari Harris has come back, the leadership that he's brought, and seeing TJ Hall grow and improve his standard of play. Nestor, he's really doing a good job, very competitive out there. And Deshaun Lee's doing a heck of a job. So, I mean, it's really interesting to see those four over there. And one day, one guy might have a better day than the other guy. It's depending on what day and what point of attack, how productive they are. But I think they're all into it, they're all working hard. And, you can see, maybe playing more guys in the back end of that.
Are you still trying to work through who's going to start, or you figured that out at this point?
You never know until the day of the game. And so I got a good idea, but I got a list of guys, and, rank them. But things change every day with us throughout the practice. That this guy could jump ahead of a guy, and it's going to probably most likely I know who it will be.
At this point, in terms of who's taking the most first team reps, is it Jamari and TJ?
Jamari's taking a lot, but you've got a little something cool, a little bit. Somebody has a little. I try to save guys, the wear and tear on them. So sometimes I'll give a younger guy more reps, so they can get the more experience. I know it's not a game situation, but that's what we're trying to do, is make sure that everybody's playing up there. Because if you lose a guy, you want to be able to plug a guy in, but you don't lose him.
Is there any challenge? Is there any challenge to bringing back as many veterans as you do? Obviously, it probably sounds like a good problem, but 8 starters back, mostly grad students, seniors. Does that have its own unique challenges for you as a defensive coordinator to get the unit ready for the season?
No, they've talked about, the players have talked about it, and have said, hey, coach, we still need some of our reps. And that was a good response from our players that, hey, they want to get their reps in, and then, we're more have to pull them out than not getting them to want to do it, And I think, you just don't want the rust to build up or anything like that. You got to keep them fresh. It's a long season, though. You got 12 games, you got a couple buys in there. So, we're not playing tomorrow, so let's make sure that we have them for the whole season.
John Nestor, we've heard the name Riley Moss thrown around. Do you see any parallels between those two guys?
A little bit. Obviously, I think, they're both play corner. But John's a little bit more, they're both probably the same kind of personality. But, he's got to calm John down a little bit at times, say just relax a little bit. He's full go all the time, just like Riley was. So it's nice to have those guys. You want those guys. Just give me effort. Make sure you give me effort. I can deal with everything else.
Phil, it was a little bit unusual from last year. It was just the number of turnovers you didn't quite get that you usually do. What's the emphasis been? Have you done anything different in practice to kind of emphasize that?
Yeah, we did. We kind of spent some time going out and visiting some teams. And we went to Virginia Tech because they came to us a year ago. We went back there, and we took a turnover before practice even starts, just to kind of practice picking up a ball off the ground, matching hands, poking the ball out. And I think it's really showed some things, some dividends, doing the pre-season here that it's caused some things. Now you go back to last year, I kind of analyze it, after a while when somebody starts playing against you, it might limit some of the things that they do to try to make sure they hold on to the ball. And that's the only thing I can figure out, like how come we didn't have as many opportunities, and could be some people play their offense a little bit more safe and keep the ball instead of getting it away.
It seems like that being able to, a lot of times in the past couple of years, you're playing with a lead, so a lot of teams will kind of come at you a little bit more, being a little more aggressive. And it seems like last year, less aggressive, I guess, in some of the play styles. Did that have any impact on that, or?
I didn't look at probably that much as guys didn't want to, attack us in certain places. Give it easier throws, more cautious with the ball. Make turnovers, get turnovers, give turnovers on offense. It's not really good to lose a series and we gain one back. So I think that's a little bit of strategy what people got to do, because we were up there pretty high and take away the turnover.
Two more questions.
With Cade and Brendan facing your defense, I guess have either of them maybe given you guys a little more trouble than the other?
Any quarterback gives us trouble, right? So, I mean, it's any time the guy's back there that, you know, they can move around, know the offense, get to it, and, you know, just what they're doing on offense and moving the guys around and trying to make sure that our guys don't have their eyes right in the right places and stuff like that. But I think it's just a lot of good competition going on, and, you know, I think it's going to be a good challenge all the way through the whole year.
What have your impressions been of the defensive line, what they've done this camp?
You know, we've worked them a little, but just enough to make sure that we work the twos and threes. And I think they're very solid players that know our defense, understand what we're doing, and they can get us in the right front when we need to be. And I'm really pleased the way they worked. And, you know, you can't win without offense or defensive line. I mean, you need a good, solid foundation there. And if you're going to win consistently, both sides of the ball up front, you've got good guys up there, and I think we do on both sides.
What does Nick kind of bring when you've got a guy who's played as much football as he's played kind of to you now in full camp?
Well, I think you know, obviously when he came before, he didn't have all that. And I think, you know, just the relationships he builds and the understanding of our defense, and, you know, having the ability to play him either at Mike and Will, you know, Jake that goes down, and slide him over, put somebody else in. So I think, you know, the knowledge that he has and the experience that he has, and I think, you know, we're very experienced, but you still got to play the games on Saturday.
Okay.